Bangladesh, home to over 150 million people. One of the most pressing problems facing this country is a shortage of safe drinking water. Much of the population has access only to unsanitary water supplies, resulting in serious public health issues.
দেখা যায় যে সমস্যা থাকে না, যেমন আমাদের গ্যাস্ট্রিক আলসার হয়। আলসার হয় কি কারণে? এটা যখনই আমাদের পেটের ভিতরে যায় তখনই একটা স্তরের মতো পড়ে এবং সেই স্তরটা জমা হয়ে আমাদের গ্যাস্ট্রিক আলসার হয়।
A Japanese company is helping to solve this problem using a unique water purifying agent they developed themselves. Based on a component derived from a traditional Japanese food, this agent instantly purifies dirty water, making it safe to drink.
We don't see this project as aid or social contribution. For us, it's 100% business. If you can't make a business out of something, it will never be any help to society.
A key element of their business success in Bangladesh has been the use of local saleswomen. They travel from village to village, demonstrating and selling the powdered product.
কি বের করছি দেখছেন, এইটা কি বের করছি আর এইটা কি রকম, তাহলে এখন আপনি কি রকম মনে হয় এই পানিটা কি ভালো না খারাপ? ভালো।
It has been 6 years since the company began operating in Bangladesh. They have gained many customers, and the numbers continue to grow. This year, they embarked on a new venture to build their first urban water purification facility. The aim is to expand their sales network to cover all Bangladesh, starting from this point. Not humanitarian aid, but a profitable business. That's the philosophy behind this small Japanese company's drive to improve access to safe drinking water worldwide. Bangladesh is a land crisscrossed by countless rivers. Plentiful water and fertile soil make this country ideal for agriculture, and about half the working population is engaged in farming. However, despite the abundance of water, most Bangladeshis find it hard to get safe water to drink. This developing nation is still struggling to establish a full road and electric power network, and less than 10% of the population has access to piped water supplies. Most people therefore have no choice but to rely on ponds, rivers, and wells for their drinking water. Unclean water causes infectious diseases like cholera and dysentery that are especially dangerous for children. Every day, diarrhea kills over 130 Bangladeshi children under the age of 5. One Japanese man decided the best way to solve this drinking water problem was with a business approach. Kanetoshi Oda is president of the water purifying agent manufacturers Nippon Polyglue. Here they have a sample of the pond water used by this community for drinking. She adds 2 small spoonfuls of the purifying agent developed by Oda.
দ্রুত নাড়া দিতে হবে, মেডিসিনটা দিয়ে দ্রুত নাড়া দিতে হবে।
5 minutes later, the water is passed through a simple filter and is now clean and safe to drink.
ইচ্ছা করলে কেউ খাইয়ে দেখতে পারেন, কোনো গন্ধ নাই।
আপনি খান, আপনি খান।
দেখছেন?
দেন আপা আমার কাছে একটু দেন তো। বুঝলেন? একদম মিনারেল। তাহলে এরকম পানি আমরা পাবো, এটা কি আমরা আসলে
Oda developed the purifying agent after the 1995 earthquake that hit the Japanese city of Kobe. Oda was living in Kobe when the disaster struck and experienced at first hand the suffering caused by lack of water.
It was a long time before normal water supplies were restored. Life is very hard when you have no water, even for things like showering or washing dishes. There was a pond nearby, and I kept looking at it and thinking, if only there was some way to clean this pond water, to make it usable.
Oda had been a researcher for a major machinery maker. He decided to invest his own time and money to develop a water purifying agent. He found inspiration in natto, a food widely eaten by the Japanese. The traditional dish is made by fermenting soybeans. This produces a sticky substance, polyglumatic acid, which has powerful flocculant or coagulant properties. A powdered version of the substance is added to muddy water and rapidly stirred. The polyglumatic acid wraps itself around minute particles of dirt and disease-causing bacteria in the water. The coagulated clumps then sink to the bottom. By filtering out these clumps, you remove the bacteria and other impurities to produce safe, drinkable water. The resulting water meets Japanese Ministry of the Environment safety standards. It's an inexpensive solution, too. It takes just 1 gram of the powder to purify about 10 liters of water. Oda took 7 years to perfect his process. Then in 2002, he founded Nippon Polyglue to develop it as a product. Today, his powder is used in about 40 countries, and the company's annual sales exceed $11 million. In developed nations, it's mainly used in factory drainage systems, while in developing countries, it is used to make water fit to drink. Widespread adoption of the agent was made easy because it is made from a naturally derived substance and requires no special license to handle. In the beginning, however, this small and unproven company had a hard time getting its product accepted.
Just having a great technology didn't guarantee instant success. At first, we couldn't find anyone to work with us. No one would even give it a trial.
The turning point for Oda came in 2007, when Cyclone Sidr devastated Bangladesh. The storm surge flooded much of the country with seawater, and water shortages became a national emergency. Oda went to the hardest hit south of the country to assist in bringing drinking water to victims of the disaster.
It was a tragic situation, with so many homes destroyed. And I was shocked to hear the victims say that it wasn't only them that they were suffering from having to drink dirty water. It was their everyday life.
Using materials acquired locally, Oda worked with these villagers to build a simple treatment facility, using his water purifying agent. Villagers thronged to the newly opened facility, delighted to at last have safe water to drink. Oda felt his job was done. He handed over the treatment facility to the community to run and returned to Japan. On a return visit 3 months later, however, he was astounded to see what had become of the facility. Every piece of equipment had been stolen, leaving only the roof.
It was a very sad sight. But then I thought about it and realized that it was my approach that had been wrong. You can't expect poor people to work managing a thing like this without getting paid for their work. People will only accept responsibility if they are being paid for the work that they do.
In 2010, Oda built a new treatment facility near the site of the old one. He also set up a Bangladesh branch of his company to employ local people, paying them regular wages to operate the facility. Oda had realized that to ensure a sustainable drinking water supply, he needed to approach it as a business rather than as aid. Every day, the facility's workers draw 8 tons of water from the village pond to purify. Water quality control and equipment maintenance are also the responsibility of the local staff. The facility employs 6 workers. They work round-the-clock shifts to ensure there is always someone on site to guard against equipment being stolen.
আমার কষ্টকর শুধু পানিটা নাড়ানোর জন্য এবং আমি সবচেয়ে গর্বিত যে আমি একটা সেবামূলক কাজ করতেছি। এইটাই আমি সবচেয়ে কষ্ট হলেও অনুভব হয় না যে আমি একটা সেবামূলক মানুষকে অনেক মানুষকে হাজার হাজার মানুষকে আমি সেবা দিচ্ছি, এইটি আমার নিজে গর্বিত মনে করি।
There's more to their job, though. 10 times a day, they fill tanks with treated water and transport them to nearby villages. Doing this was how they began to attract greater numbers of customers. His whistle is the signal for villagers to gather, bringing their water jugs. The water is sold at about 3 cents for 10 liters. That's 100 times cheaper than locally bought bottled water. The price was set low so villagers too poor to buy commercially bottled water could afford it. This delivery service brings drinking water to 200 households, most of the village.
আমি ইউজ করি 3.5 বছর হয়েছে বোধহয়।
3.5 বছর?
জি, আমি এখানে আসার পর থেকে আমি এই পেনি ইউজ করি। এটা আমি খাইও প্লাস পাকও করি, সব করে এই পেনি দিই। এবং এই পেনি খাইয়ে আমি খুব ভালো হইতেছে। আমার গ্যাস্ট্রিকের যে সমস্যাটা ওইটাও আমার যাইতে আছে, প্লাস অন্য কোনো সাইড এফেক্ট আমার দেখা দিতে আছে না। আমি টিউবওয়েলের পানি সেইটা ভালোভাবে ব্যবহার করতে আছি।
Before Polyglue, the village pharmacy sold a lot of anti-diarrhea medicine. That's completely changed.
হ্যাঁ, পাতলা পায়খানা তো ওই জন্যই বেশি হয়ে যেত। এখন তো কমে গেছে অনেক। যে ওই আগে যেভাবে অহরহভাবে মানুষ আসতো, হ্যাঁ, এই সমস্ত ঔষধ নিত, এখন আর তো বেশি লাগে না, কম লাগে। হ্যাঁ।
Selling treated water like this is just a local solution. Something more was needed to expand sales. Teams of local saleswomen visit villages to directly sell the Japanese-manufactured water purifying powder. These saleswomen are known as Polyglue ladies. Polyglue lady Salma Akhtar is 27. Together with a more experienced saleswoman, she's visiting a new village where they hope to get fresh customers. This village is close to the sea, so the groundwater contains salt. The villagers use water taken directly from their pond for cooking and drinking. The saleswomen visit each house in turn. This household consists of a young couple and their 2 children. The children frequently have diarrhea.
পেট ফাপ দিতে ব্যথা করতে কিনা রাতে একটু পায়খানায় যাইতে ওই তেরম মাঝে মাঝে হইতে
বাচ্চাদের
এবার পাতলা পায়খানা পেটে ব্যথা কান্দে ঘুমায় না ওইতে
আপনারা যে পানি ব্যবহার করেন ওই পানিটা দেখা যায় আপনি দেখেন পরিষ্কার পানি, হ্যাঁ, কিন্তু ওইটার ভিতরে অনেক জীবাণু, আপনি কি জানেন? জানেন না? তো আপনি একটু 1 গ্লাস পানি আনেন, আমি আপনাকে দেখাই। আর একটা চামচ নিয়ে আসেন।
She shows how to use the powder and explains its effects.
আমি এই খাই, আপনি টেস্ট করে দেখতে পারেন কিরকম। ভালো। এখন আপনার কি মনে হয় এটা কি আমাদের ব্যবহার করা উচিত না করা উচিত?
উচিত, হ্যাঁ, এটাই উচিত। হ্যাঁ,
এটা ব্যবহার করলে আমরা সবাই ভালো থাকবো, ছোট ছোট বাচ্চারা ভালো থাকবে, ঠিক আছে, সবাই সুস্থভাবে কাজ করতে পারবো, কোনো সমস্যা হবে না, ভালোভাবে আপনার ক্লিয়ার হয়ে যাবে, ঠিক আছে?
They have made a new customer.
10 লিটার পানি।
In Bangladesh, cooking is a woman's job.
গ্রামটা তো বুঝবেন না, এটা আপনি খান, দেখেন কিরকম।
The saleswomen have been so successful because they can directly relate to their female customers. Currently, 30,000 customers are using the purifying powder.
জাপানি পাউডার এটা
Polyglue's business has grown largely thanks to the commitment and hard work of these saleswomen. Today, the sales force contains over 80 Polyglue ladies. Working for Polyglue has lifted these women out of poverty and given them financial independence. Yasmin Mosa Nilufa is an experienced Polyglue lady. She began working 5 years ago to help with household financial problems. Nilufa saw a chance to escape from poverty by earning money selling Polyglue products. In the beginning, however, people kept turning her away, refusing even to listen.
টাকা দিত না, বলতো যে আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে কালকে টাকা দেবো কিংবা পরশু টাকা দেবো কিংবা 1 সপ্তাহ পরে টাকা দেবো। তাও আমি দিয়ে আসতাম, ঠিক আছে তোমরা ব্যবহার করো, আগে ব্যবহার করে দেখো, যদি ভালো লাগে তখন টাকা দিও, আর যদি ভালো না লাগে তাহলে আমার টাকা ওষুধ দিয়ে দিও ফেরত। এই রিস্কটা নিছি যে যাক দেখি অফিস এটা মানে কিনা।
Every day she goes on her rounds. Her customers gradually increased, and today she serves 750 families. Nilufa lives here with her husband and daughter. She currently earns about $50 a month, and her life has become vastly more comfortable. Her daughter Prapti is now able to stay at school and continue her education. Prapti is even taking private coaching to help realize her dream.
Subject গণিতটা ভালো লাগে, ম্যাথ আমার ভালো লাগে।
Nilufa began working to help her family, but she has found that doing this job also changed her sense of values.
আগে সবসময় আমার মনে হতো যে আমি মেয়ে মানুষরা তো ঘরেই থাকে, ঘরে কাজ করে, তারা কেন বাইরে যাবে, এরকম চিন্তা করতাম আগে। কিন্তু এখন মনে করি না, মেয়েদের বাইরে কাজ করা উচিত। চিন্তা করতে পারি মানে আসলে এটা করা উচিত, আমি এটা চেষ্টা করলে পারবো করতে। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, আমি চেষ্টা করলে আমি অনেক কিছু হয়তো বা পারি করতে। সেই স্বপ্নটা এখন আর কি রাস্তা থেকে যখন যাই তখন বলে যে পানির ডাক্তার আপা কেমন আছেন, পানির ডাক্তার আপা কেমন আছেন, ডাক্তার আপা, হ্যাঁ ডাক্তার আপা, কিসের ডাক্তার, পানির ডাক্তার। এই আর কি।
After 6 years in Bangladesh, Polyglue decided to begin a new venture. The company would build an urban water purification facility. Oda believed that this would provide a base for Polyglue to expand nationwide. The location chosen for the facility was Barguna Sadar, an area in the south of Bangladesh with a population of about 260,000. It's a transportation hub with bus routes to the capital Dhaka and all parts of the country. The site was picked by MD Monir Udit, Polyglue's local representative. He chose it as an ideal center from which to expand the company's sales network.
移動中の人でも数千人ぐらいはいると思うんですね。なのでそういう移動中の人々にも売ることができればもっと需要が増えていくわけなんですね。
A large-scale water purification facility had been constructed here in 2002, built with European financial aid. But the facility broke down soon after starting operations. The local people made temporary repairs using alum for purification, but today's water supply remains as muddy as before.
If it's done using aid money, the operators simply take the money and then feel no responsibility to carry on with the project. We can never find a real solution unless we closely involve the local people.
Oda believes the same business approach is suitable for urban as well as rural areas. First, they get the opinions of local residents. Is there a need here for clean water?
皆さんの賛成いただいたら工事始めるんですが、わずかね5日間で7500の家庭にね安全な水を供給することができる装置が完成します。ただね、それは無料じゃないんですよ。1月で約2ドル払ってもらわなきゃいかんようになる。
দেখা যায় যে সমস্যা থাকে না, যেমন আমাদের গ্যাস্ট্রিক আলসার হয় কি কারণে, এটা যখনই আমাদের পেটের ভিতরে যায় তখনই একটা স্তরের মতো পড়ে এবং সেই স্তরটা জমা হয়ে আমাদের গ্যাস্ট্রিক আলসার হয়। আমরা পারি এইটা দূর করতে, যদি আমরা এটা ঔষধ না খাইতে চাই তাহলে আমরা বিশুদ্ধ পানি পান করলেই আমরা এটা দূর করতে পারি। হ্যাঁ, এতে কি আপনারা সবাই কি মত? হ্যাঁ, আপনারা সবাই কি এতে মত? যারা মত আছেন তারা হাত জাগান যে হ্যাঁ আমরা সবাই মত। তাহলে আমরা এটা চালু করব এবং
Polyglue can't do this by ourselves. We can only do about 1/10 of what is needed. For the remaining 90%, we have to rely on the people here.
They obtained the site for the facility with the assistance of local residents. This will be Polyglue's first large-scale facility in Bangladesh, supplying an amount of treated water 10 times greater than any previous facility the company has built. Construction work begins. Everything will be done with local labor. After the facility is completed, a large workforce will be needed, so Polyglue begins recruiting. Polyglue's staff from Japan help with the interviews.
Because if you are hired, we ask you to go to people's house and sell the water. Do you like to talk with many people, or do you like to stay quiet alone?
She wants to talk with many people.
Through these interviews, they hope to recruit dozens of new employees. Five days from the start of construction, and Barguna's water purification facility is ready. The 5-meter tower has 3 levels. Raw water is piped here from the nearby river. An electric motor pumps the water up to the top of the tower. Here, the purifying agent is added and mixed in by hand. Now they wait about 15 minutes for dirt particles and other impurities to coagulate.
Open.
The second level is a filter bed consisting of sand and pebbles. After passing through the filter, the water goes to the bottom tank. It takes just 45 minutes to produce safe drinking water. The facility can treat up to 300 tons of river water a day. The local community has gathered for a ceremony to celebrate the opening of the facility. The leading local government official has come to make a speech.
পলিপুরের এই কোম্পানির মাধ্যমে যে আমাদের এই দিয়েছেন এই গ্রামবাসীর দিকে নেহাত পাড়াগায় তারা নজর দিয়েছেন বিশুদ্ধ পানি সাপ্লাই দেওয়ার জন্য সবাইকে পৌঁছে দেওয়ার জন্য সেজন্য আমি ধন্যবাদ জানাই সেজন্য আমার অনুরোধ থাকবে আরও বেশি করে এই প্ল্যানগুলো করার জন্য তাইলে আমরা অত্যন্ত উপকৃত হব যা ভাষা প্রকাশ করা যায় না
Working hand in hand, side by side with local communities to bring safe drinking water to all parts of Bangladesh.